Hello, in this video we are going to solve this exponential logarithmic equation by looking for the values of x in each of the question. And the first question is 2 to the power of root x equal to a to the power of x. So how can we find the value of x there? 2 to the power of root x is equal to 8 to the power of x. Let's start by expressing it in index form so that the equation becomes 2 to the power of root s equal to 2 to the power of 3, which is 8, then multiplied by this s there, which is 3s. Then since the bases are the same, we can equate the powers. That means root s is equal to 3x. To get the value of s, we need to square both sides. And when we square the left hand side, we get rid of this radical here, so that we have a s root s square equal to 3s square. And root s squared is x, while 3s squared is 9s squared. Dividing both sides by s divided by s is 1. Why 9s squared? I forgot to put square there. 9s squared divided by x is 9x. Now to get the value of x, you need to divide both sides by 9. S therefore is 1 over 9. And this 9 will cancel. That is that for number 1. Let's move on to number 2. Number 2, we have log s squared minus 2 to base 2 equal to log x minus 1 to base 2 plus 1. Let me start with this 1 here. We know that log of a to base a, for example, is 1. In other words, the logarithm of a number to the same base is 1. Look at all the logarithm here, they are to base 2. So to express this 1 in logarithm, that will be log 2 to base 2. Based on this law here, log 2 to base 2 is 1. Therefore, our question becomes log s squared minus 2 to base 2 equal to log s minus 1 to base 2 plus log 2 to base 2. Again, there's a law that says log p to base a plus log q to base a is equal to log pq as p multiplied by q to base a. So if I apply it on the right hand side, I will have log s squared minus 2 to base 2 equal to log 2 multiplied by x minus 1 to base 2. As I multiply this by this based on this law here. Since we have log to base 2 on both sides, they can cancel out. Therefore, s squared minus 2 is equal to 2 brackets s minus 1. We open this bracket, we have s squared minus 2 equal to 2x minus 2. That is 2 times s is 2s and 2 times negative 1 is negative 2. Collecting like terms, let's say like terms, for example, that is, I'm trying to make this a quadratic equation. I'm moving everything to this side. So s squared minus 2x, then negative 2 there. When this negative 2 crosses to the other side, it becomes positive equal to 0. That means s squared minus 2x, negative 2 plus 2 is 0. So the whole of this is gone, equal to this 0 here. S is common in this expression here, so let's factor it out. I have x into x minus 2 equal to 0. This means s equal to 0 or s minus 2 is equal to 0. Hence, s is 0 or s is equal to 2. And this move to the other side. That is that for question number 2. And let's move on to question number 3. Question number 3, we have 4 to the power of x plus 1 minus 9 times 2 to the power of x. Just move this inside, that is 2 to the power of 1 times 1 times x is 2 to the power of x. Then equal to negative 2. Okay, let me start by moving this negative 2 to the left hand side so that the equation becomes 4 to the power of x plus 1 minus 9 to the multiplied by 2 to the power of x. When negative 2 crosses equality, it becomes positive, equal to 0. Expressing this 4 as, or the 4 to the power of x plus 1 rather, I can write that as 4 to the power of x multiplied by 4 to the power of 1. Then minus 9 times 2 to the power of x plus 2 equal to 0. Again, this 4 to the power of x, I can write that as 2 to the power of 2x and multiply by this 4 right here. That's 4 to the power of 1, which is 4, minus 9 times 2 to the power of x plus 2 equal to 0. This 2 to the power of 2x, I can write that as 2 to the power of x to the power of 2. So this and this can be the same. Then multiply by this 4 minus 9 times 2 to the power of x plus 2 equal to 0. You see that we have 2 to the power of x here. We also have it here, so we can substitute it. Let n be 2 to the power of x. So anywhere I see 2 to the power of x here, I'm going to replace it with n. Therefore, this first term here will be n squared. We have a square there, multiplied by this 4, that will be 4n squared, minus 9n, again 2 to the power of x there, then plus 2 equal to 0. This is a quadratic equation, so we solve it by factorization. First multiply the first term, which is 4n squared, by the last term, the constant term, which is 2. That gave me 8n squared. And I need two factors of 8n squared that can give us this middle term, which is negative 9n. The factors of 8 that can give us 9 are 8 itself and 1. So since we are talking about 8n squared, to be 8n and 1n. How can we add the 2 to give negative 9? Both of them have to be negative. Negative 8n negative n added together will give us negative 9n. So we're going to replace this middle term now with the factors so that we have 4n squared minus 8n minus n plus 2 equal to 0. To factorize, we need to group it 2 by 2. So how 4n squared minus 8n then minus n minus 2 equal to 0. Notice that this plus has changed to minus because of the bracket we introduced. Now what is common here? 4n is common. 4n into when this divide 4n, we are left with only n. And when this divide 4n, we are left with 2. Minus, the only thing that is common here is 1. Then n minus 2 equal to 0. Since we have a common factor n minus 2, pick one of it, then group this and this together. 4n minus 1 equal to 0. It's either n minus 2 is equal to 0 or 4n minus 1 is equal to 0. That means n is equal to 2 or 4n is equal to 1. That's moving this to this side, this to this side. When minus crosses equality become plus. Therefore, n is equal to 2, or dividing both sides by 4 here, n equal to 1 over 4. But we said that n is equal to 2 to the power of x. That is right here from the beginning. Therefore, when n is equal to 2, that means 2 to the power of s is equal to 2 to the power of 1, which implies s is equal to 1. That is equating the indices. Again, when n is equal to 1 over 4, that means 2 to the power of s is equal to 1 over 4. And that you can write as 2 to the power of s is equal to 1 over 2 to the power of 2. Expressing this as a negative indices, that will be 2 to the power of negative 2. So 2 to the power of s, therefore, is equal to 2 to the power of negative 2. Again, the bases are the same. Therefore, we equate the indices for the powers. S equal to negative 2. And the final answer is s equal to 1 or negative 2. And that brings me to the end of this video. I hope you found it useful. If you do, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell so you get notified when I release a new video. Thank you.